Okay, we're live. So, I decided to do two signs in one video. Just, I don't know, let's just do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is for Gemini and Cancer. Not together, but we're going to start with Gemini and then go to Cancer, if that makes sense, okay? So this is your weekly reading, Gemini. We're starting off with you. Oh, you got passion ignited like Pisces. Pisces also got this. So if you have Pisces in your chart or your top three, you're definitely going to be having a very exciting week. But let's see what this is talking about, though. We have passion ignited. So this is a time where things are going to be moving very fast for you. This is going to be a very quick week. But I'm seeing that this is going to be very refreshing because I feel like life has been kind of dragging for you lately. And you're ready for that like burst of excitement. You're ready for the new, what's the word I'm looking for? The new course to take place. Okay, so let's see in what ways this is going to be happening, Gemini. Okay. Prince of Swords. Okay, so you're going to be getting some information. A lot of you could be going through a situation where you read something or you do the research to figure out, like, or you come across some information. This is most likely going to be in a book, or you read it online, you hear it in a podcast or something like that. It's very intellectual or communication driven. So it's in the communication world that you come upon this passion. So you could find that you have a passion for a subject matter, or you could find your passion for something where you were trying to research something and you find a person. It just depends on like how it's going to come up for you. Okay, let's pull another card. Let's see. Right now, like, okay, so this card, usually when I see this card, the Passion Ignited, this is a very bold card, but I feel like you're very tranquil with the energy of the passion. So I feel like this is a true passion. It isn't something that's blinded by lust, Gemini. Okay? We have King of Pentacles, right? So we have mastery of practical endeavors, mastery over health, mastery over money. So whatever you've been working on, you really are seeing the benefits of that. So you're rooted in something as well. You're very rooted. I feel like whatever you're rooted in, this is ironic, but whatever you're rooted in, you have been traveling or doing things back and forth. I don't know if it's cross-referencing or literally going to and from. And so now whatever you've been putting that work into is now rooted. Kind of like someone who travels and they study when they go travel, and then now they have like their own stable, rooted understanding of something, and they can create now. The Tower in reverse, yeah. So there's still some things that you're going to be working through this week, Gemini. I still think that you have a few habits that need to be released. There's a few things that you need to go ahead and let go of. So if you do start to see people or circumstances become hard to keep a hold of, or if you feel like things are just, they're releasing or they're walking away and you're like, I don't even know what I did. Gemini, understand that it's not you, it's the circumstance in your life. You're growing and you're surpassing your limits that people would know you as or are able to view you as, and it's going to make people uncomfortable. So on your pursuit to this passion that you have, understand that there's people who are going to fall off of the wagon to make room for the new people that are supposed to be there. This is not a fun energy, but maybe it's going to be refreshing. Remember I said earlier it's a refreshing energy, and I think that's not by coincidence. You're going to feel refreshed because there's people and circumstances that are going to have to leave. Now, the Tower was in reverse, so that means that a lot of you, Gemini, you're going to feel, a lot of who you are is going to feel like you are not supposed to let go of this person or those people, but understand you are. That is what you have to get into your head. There's certain habits that have to end so that you can truly grasp hold of your new life or your new situation. Especially if this is a relationship. It may not be because I'm not really seeing relationship stuff, but for some of you it is. You have to let go of the past person. Okay. Anything else? Ten of Wands in reverse, it's going to be effortless. And so with it being effortless, this is a sign that you are being guided on this journey. This is not your doing, this is like your calling or your assignment. And so that's, I mean, who doesn't want that? Now, obviously, it's not going to be just smooth sailing all the way, but a lot of the things that you're worried about are going to be kind of just done with ease, okay? So try not to stress, try not to cause problems for yourself, because a lot of the stuff that you're worried about is going to be removed or settled in a very easy way, because it's not just your doing, there's a higher calling behind this. And then you have Three of Pentacles, so things are going to be working smoothly, especially when it comes to your finances. Things are going to be seamless. So this doesn't mean that you're going to be rich overnight, but this means that where things need to be taken care of, things are just hitting the mark, things are hitting the spot. The meals that you're eating are also hitting the spot. The people you're encountering are doing just what they need to do, and you're being just enough with what they need you to be for them as well. So Three of Pentacles is amazing. Even with your family, your friends, there's a smooth energy. There is almost a velvet texture to your life at this point. And I feel like it's deserved, but I feel like if you pay attention to the people who are uncomfortable with your growth, you're not going to be able to really pay attention on the beauty that your life is becoming right now, okay? One more card. Ten of Swords, yeah. So don't get distracted. Don't start focusing on the negative. There's so many good things happening to you right now, Gemini, and you have to stay focused on it, because there will be a lot of people and circumstances that try to take you off course. But if you really step back and look at your life, I promise you, you're going to see that things are not as bad as they want you to believe that they are. Okay? So that's Gemini's reading. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Cancer. Wait. Shit. Did I start off with Gemini? Yes, Gemini. So now we're going to Cancer. Sorry, y'all. I was supposed to cuss on here. Okay. So let me shuffle, and we're going to start on Cancer. Oh, wow. Here we go. So you have throat chakra. Aries also has this energy for throat chakra, just in case you have that in your major 3 or you have someone close to you with that. So throat chakra. So this theme, this week, the theme for your week is throat chakra, meaning your communication skills. This energy is like the number 5 energy, where there's changes in how you speak. There's changes in how people perceive you. There's changes in how loud or how powerful and dynamic your voice will be. And you're going to start to see things shift just with your voice alone. So Cancer, depending on who you are, is going to determine what type of communication style you're going to be representing at this time. But I feel like this is a shift for you that's going to be more permanent. So it's not that you're just acting out. For some of you it could be, but I really believe that you are shifting into a stronger voice. It doesn't mean that you're being louder. It just means that you're more set in stone in what you're saying, and you're direct with what you're saying. And people are understanding what you're saying. So let's pull some cards and see for Cancer this week, why is communication coming up so strongly for you? Also, the color blue is going to be, depending on what you want to do. If you want to speak up more, or if you want to be heard more, or you want people to pay attention, you need to be wearing blue during this week. It's going to be highly effective. If you don't want to necessarily be heard as much, or if you feel like you're oversharing, do not wear blue this week. That is going to be not a good thing for you. Okay? Let's see. Just some extra cards for Cancer. I mean, do what you want to do, but I'm just saying. Alright, so, based on the road that you're traveling right now, we have okay, so we got 2 cards that came out. The World in reverse and the Hierophant. Wow, this is big for you. This isn't just like a small situation. So there's cycles, right? There's cycles that haven't finished just yet. So there's something that you're in the midst of that's still evolving. It hasn't finished yet. And then you have this Hierophant energy where it's like something that has to be completed. It could be higher education, it could be graduation, it could be spiritual knowledge, marriage for some of you. It looks like there's a cycle that you haven't completed yet. So I want to see what this is, but I want you to know this is very, very important. This stage in your life, the season that you're in, this week for you is very important. Now, this cycle that you started most likely didn't just start this week. This is something that's been ongoing for a while, and you put in a lot of work for it or a lot of discipline within whatever this endeavor is. Okay. Okay, Cancer, what do we have? Okay, Prince of Wands and Queen of Swords. So, enthusiasm, but also intellect. So there's a passion behind something that you're taking a lot of time to learn. There's a lot of studying. There's a lot of, I feel like for a lot of you, it's education, like higher education. It could just be a study, something that you like to study. But it's something that you feel very intrigued with. This is what's coming up. And I feel like you're going to start to speak about it more. Two of Wands. You have an opportunity that's going to present itself this week. And I think the only way that you can utilize the opportunity is to say something. Like maybe you need to tell somebody, hey, I know how to do this, or I've studied this. Like you need to speak at this time. I also feel like, Cancer, you could be very humble just by nature. And I think whatever this is that you're good at, it won't be arrogant for you to tell someone, hey, I know what I'm doing in that arena. But I think you're holding yourself back from opportunities because you're not saying anything. Like, if someone doesn't know that you can do this, how can they utilize you for it? You see what I'm saying? Or if someone doesn't know you're talented at something, how can anyone recognize and give you acknowledgement for it? So it just depends on what you're doing, but I feel like you have the credentials, or you have the, I forgot the word I'm looking for. You've earned your spot to say that you know what you're doing in something, but you're not allowing yourself to be seen for it. But I think this is your time to be seen for it during this week. So if you see an opportunity, I want you to take it. I want you to try. I want you to try to take it. That Ten of Swords, Four of Swords. Yeah, it's like you get so overwhelmed by what could be, and then you just like, never mind. I don't even want to do it. You get so overwhelmed. But I think Cancer, this is a time for you to just see what happens. You know, if you go and take a chance, like just go see what happens if you actually take the opportunity. So you will be presented an opportunity on something that you worked so hard on. You spent a lot of your time doing it. So why not expand within that arena? You have to speak up for yourself. You have to change something. If you are not speaking up, this is the time, this is the week where you need to change that so that somebody can hear you. You know what I'm saying? This is something that is very important. Speak now or forever hold your peace. That's what this vibe is definitely giving, Cancer. So it is a serious situation, but I think it's something that you could really utilize if you just speak up. All right? So those are Gemini and Cancer's readings. I'm going to move on to Leo and Virgo. Okay? Bye.